Returning to our top story this evening in the ongoing search for Nancy Guthrie, the Pima County Sheriff's Department says the suspect's clothes may have been purchased from Walmart, but they're not exclusively available at that store.
Right now, Savannah Guthrie shares a new message for hope as a piece of evidence found near the scene of her mother's disappearance could provide some answers.
Ashley Banfield, who hosts her own podcast called Drop Dead Serious, is breaking exclusives on this case like nobody's business. And yesterday, she had quite a doozy.
When FBI agents stepped inside Nancy Guthrie's house after her abduction, they expected broken glass, forced entry, signs of a struggle. Instead, they found something far worse. A house that looked almost normal. Almost. The doorbell camera had been toggled off from the inside. Not ripped out, not smashed. Quietly switched off by someone who knew exactly where it was. The back door, the only entry point without a deadbolt, was wide open. And on the kitchen counter, Nancy's sleeping pills, the ones she took every night at 10, sat untouched, meaning whoever came for her arrived before she ever had the chance to take them. Agents moved room to room, and one detail kept hitting them. Nothing was broken because nothing needed to be. Whoever did this didn't break in. They'd been invited in. They'd had dinner here. They knew this house better than the agents searching it. And what investigators uncovered next confirmed the worst thing anyone could have imagined. The footage nobody was supposed to see. 6 miles from that house, inside a windowless FBI interrogation room, the man who fit that description was already seated, Nancy Guthrie's son-in-law. Still wearing the pajamas he had on when a SWAT team put a battering ram through his front door at 4:30 in the morning, hair matted, eyes swollen, but already performing, blinking under the fluorescent lights with this theatrical confusion, like a man who couldn't possibly fathom why federal agents had just dragged him out of bed. And here's the thing. Every second of what happened next was captured on camera. This interrogation footage was sealed inside a federal case file, never intended for the public, but it leaked. And what it shows over the next 6 hours is a man dismantling himself in real time. 2 agents sit across from him. Lead interrogator, Special Agent Russell Dante, a 23-year veteran out of the FBI's Violent Crimes Division, known internally for one very specific talent: cracking suspects who walk in believing they're the smartest person in the room. His partner, a younger agent, barely speaks for the entire 6 hours, but his pen never stops moving. Every flinch, every micro-expression, documented. Here's where it all starts going wrong. Agent Dante reads the Miranda warnings. The son-in-law waves them off like they're a formality, doesn't pause, doesn't think. He declines a lawyer with the casual arrogance of a man who's already decided he's going to outmaneuver 2 federal investigators and walk out of this building before lunch. That single decision, made in under 3 seconds, destroyed his life.
No one's been cleared. Everyone's a suspect. So it is not inappropriate to start where all law enforcement starts, which is with the family, and work out. That's what you're doing. You would be doing that even if your law enforcement source had not said that the brother-in-law may be the prime suspect.
His opening performance is polished. I have absolutely no idea why I'm here. I would never hurt Nancy. She's my mother-in-law. I love her like my own mother. Hands flat on the table, steady eye contact, every word rehearsed. He'd clearly spent time preparing for this. What he didn't prepare for was Russell Dante. The last night. When agents asked him to walk through the evening Nancy disappeared, he delivered his timeline with the kind of smooth consistency that only comes from practice. Nancy came over for dinner. They played card games, her favorite, the same one she'd been playing since her daughters were small. She was in great spirits. Around 9:45, he volunteered to drive her home because it was getting dark. Now, here's the detail that matters. He described how Nancy laughed at her own dinner table that night, telling a story about her late husband over dessert.